I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and I have a mega movie plan. Today, I'm back with another Mega Movie News Roundup episode for y'all. This is our 20th episode, everybody. Yes, number 20. Number 20! Can you believe it? We have stayed on the air this long. This is fantastic celebration. We're gonna have a very good time. So thank you all for your support. We got a lot of movie news to cover today. 5 important movie news topics. Saving our most important mega story for the day. Our 5th story will be Doctor Strange reactions. What kind of madness will this movie bring? And if I forget a movie news story here and you would like your own personal featured movie news episode, definitely go ahead and email me at megamikethemovieman@gmail.com. It's completely free and you get to have your own movie news story featured on a future episode. Just give me your name and the topic you would like me to cover. But without further ado, let's get started. Wonder Twins cancellation powers activate! Now to get into our first story of the day, we got the Wonder Twins movie canceled? No! Wonder Twins, why? Yes, let's look at this article here. We got this article actually brought to us by Screen Rant. Yes, so let's take a look at this one. So headline reads, Wonder Twins HBO Max movie reportedly canceled. Warner Brothers Discovery has reportedly canceled the Wonder Twins movie planned for HBO Max, despite the film's recent casting announcement. Once again, why? Oh my goodness, I was looking forward to this movie. Let's read on some more. The Wonder Twins movie planned for HBO Max has reportedly been canceled. In February of this year, DC and Warner Bros. Greenlit a live-action movie based on the Wonder Twins, the characters introduced in Superfans animated series from the 1970s. The film was set to be written and directed by Adam Zickel, who was one of the writers of the upcoming Black Adam film, and was set to be released on the HBO Max service. This movie could have been fantastic here. The Black Adam movie I'm super hyped for, and if we're getting that same talent involved here, why? Just why? But let's read on. Recently, the Wonder Twins movie appeared to be moving along as Riverdale star Aja Kappa and young Sheldon's Isabel May had been cast in the lead roles. So they already did the casting, so this thing was ready to go. While the news was announced in February 2022, in April 2022, former parent company AT&T sold Warner Media to Discovery in a merger that resulted in the creation of Warner Bros. Discovery. A major merger likely meant that changes would be coming at all levels, but I didn't think this would happen. While much attention has been paid to Warner Brothers' options for the Wizarding World series after the box office disappointment and Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, and how Warner Brothers Discovery stopped developing scripted series for TNT and TBS, it is the DC universe that is now seeing shakeups. Now, I covered that before in the Movie News Roundup. We knew some shakeups were going to happen, but I thought Wonder Twins was far along enough for them to actually keep going with it. I mean, come on. They already made cast announcements here. We were ready to go. So I just don't know why they are canceling this. I guess they think it's because they can't see a path to victory for this movie. Yeah, it's a tough sell. I get it. It's the Wonder Twins. Nobody knows about the Wonder Twins. I get it. I understand that. But come on. I mean, we were already going on this movie. We had things ready to go. Why are we just now canceling it, pulling the plug on this? It still just kind of gets me irritated because I've been covering this movie for so long now. And this was a movie I felt that was going to be different, you know, something we haven't seen before. We've seen a lot of other DC characters before. This was something that was going to change things up. And I kind of wanted to see like a John Hughes kind of drama story mixed in with a couple of the superhero alien type of characters. Maybe throwing a little comedy here and there. Maybe throw in some more horrific elements because, you know, I know people joke about some of the Wonder Twins' powers here turning into water. Hey, you could do some crazy things with that one. I mean, imagine that person filling up the water in a room and the person can't escape. Hey, it could be very terrifying. So I felt that there was some potential here, something fun, something different, dark comedy of sorts. We could have had some good movie here. But no, it is gone. We are not getting it. So hopefully this means not only negative news, we had to get the negative news out of the way first, but hopefully there's some positive news here and that maybe we get to see them go back to some of their main DC heroes. If we get a Man of Steel 2 because of them canceling the Wonder Twins, then I approve. I will be super excited for that. Or if we get even more of just the main characters in general, the main Justice League. I'd be happy seeing a Green Lantern movie. Hey, let's even throw a Martian Manhunter in there. You know, let's see some of those characters. Of course, we got to keep bringing back Batman. Batman 2 was already announced, so that's good. And then, of course, we got to see Wonder Woman again, part of the core trilogy there. So if we can see more of those main characters, then I'll say, all right, that's fine. I get it. You're sidelining these less known characters. That works. Whereas Sony, you know, is going more with their side characters that are unknown. Let's go, Warner Brothers, back to our main characters. I like the strategy. I like the plan, if that truly is the plan. And that's kind of what's rumored right now. So hopefully we still get some awesome DC movies. And hopefully they're not just released to HBO Max. I would like to see them get a theatrical run first. But let me know in the comments below, are you upset that they canceled Wonder Twins? Or was I the only one looking forward to that movie? And what other DC characters do you hope they focus more on now? Let's have that movie discussion down below. Now we get into our second mega movie news story, and apparently we got the Fast X director leaving the project because of Vin Diesel. Okay, we got to read more into this right here. Our headline is brought to us from IndieWire. Fast X director Justin Lin exited after the major disagreement with Vin Diesel report. This movie is not worth my mental health, Lin allegedly told the crew of Fast and Furious 10. Oh my goodness, you got this director dropping out? Why they're making this movie? Okay, let's read a little bit more here. Director Justin Lin parted ways with his Fast and Furious family last week, allegedly after realizing Vin Diesel was really in the driver's seat. Ha ha ha, I get it. Funny pun there. So longtime Fast franchise helm Lin abruptly announced his exit from the 10th film, Fast X, last week, mere days into the start of production. While he insisted the exit was amicable, a new report out of The Hollywood Reporter tells a different story. Allegedly, a major disagreement with the lead star Diesel led Lin to throw in a towel on April 23rd. Wow. So this director is a director that has been working with this franchise for a long time. I believe ever since the third movie, Tokyo Drift, if I'm remembering correctly. So he's been along with these projects for the longest and now is leaving when they're getting to their final couple movies. I mean, Vin Diesel, what did you do to this director? Okay, let's read on a little bit more. According to THR sources, Lin, Diesel, and two executives met to discuss Diesel's new notes for the script. Universal Pictures had also sent a writer to London where Fast X was shooting to polish dialogue on set. Justin finally had enough and said, "This movie is not worth my mental health," one insider told THR. Okay, so apparently Vin Diesel has a lot of say in this franchise, a lot of say in this movie. He's the main star. But wow, come on, like, you gotta let this director do what this director does and direct the movie. Yeah, a lead star that's been there for a long time, of course, should have some kind of input. But if it's getting so overwhelming to the director, like, come on, lead star, let's pull back a little bit. We shouldn't have, be rewriting this movie at this late in the game, at least to this extent, so much. And I've looked at other articles as well and other news outlets where it says Vin Diesel was just kind of being a hassle to work with. He would show up late, he wouldn't know his own dialogue, he wouldn't be remembering these lines. And come on, Vin Diesel, I get it, you're a big star, you got a little big in the britches now, but come on, Vin Diesel, you still got to make a movie project here, and you need a team to make a movie. It's not just one person, it's not the Vin Diesel show, okay? This is a movie where you got tons of people working on it. Universal's biggest franchise, probably at this point. I mean, this is Universal's moneymaker. This is how they keep the lights on over at that studio. So they need these movies to succeed. But what happened? You got this director just driving off away because he could not handle it anymore. And to me, mental health is the number one thing there. And so there should have been a better environment for this director to be able to do his job. Because it's not like it's this director's first rodeo here. Yeah, no, this director has been working on these movies. He's been dedicating a lot of time. And then it's this one that just kind of, no, throwing in the towel out. To me, it has to have been a very serious situation. And because think about it, this director is literally driving away for millions of dollars at this point, leaving this project. And so they have to bring in a new director. And they did finally bring in a new director. But for those days that they were without a director, that production was basically shut down to a large extent. That studio was losing money. This movie is costing the studio tons of money now. This is one of the most expensive movies in history. I mean, they were already making a costly movie with paying all these stars these large amounts of money since it's such a movie far late in the series, Ralph. This is number 10, remember, this is number 10, so you got salaries that have been increased, so the star talent here is getting paid a lot of money, and this production is just overall very expensive. But now this movie is costing, what, about $300 million to make? That is extremely expensive for a movie. I mean, this is like high tier blockbuster now. Like, come on, this is so expensive. And so the question here is this movie now going to make its money back? I mean, if you're going in at 300 million, you're probably going to spend another chunk of that on marketing. So you're probably going to need to make what, 700 million at least for this project, if not more. They're probably hoping this movie at least makes $1 billion. And hey, even for a Fast and Furious movie, I don't think that's guaranteed. I think that's actually a really tough scenario there. But it would be great if this movie does this. But then it leads me to another question. Are we going to get Fast and Furious 11? Because this was supposed to be a two-parter here. They weren't ending with Fast X. No, we were supposed to get a second part. The 11th movie was supposed to end it. But now I question, with all these issues that have already happened, are they even going to want to go through this hassle again? Making a Fast 11. I mean, and this isn't the first time an issue has come up with the Fast and Furious franchise. Remember, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson left the Fast franchise as well because he didn't want to deal with Vin Diesel anymore, and they would be getting into constant disagreements, and so that's why The Rock just left and hasn't been back to this franchise since. So to see another issue come up, once again, that's around Vin Diesel, this isn't good news. Once again, it could be a complete coincidence. Maybe it isn't Vin Diesel that has caused these issues. But I don't know. Something's just telling me, Vin Diesel, come on now. Yes, I know you're the star of the show, but we need teamwork here. You got to be a team player to get a movie made. It's not one person that makes a movie. So this is kind of disappointing to me to see that this is happening. Like, come on. I want a good Fast and Furious movie. Now, I'm not the biggest Fast and Furious franchise, even though I have enjoyed quite a few of their movies. I think ever since the 5th movie, that's when I really got hooked on the franchise. And I'm like, ooh, this is a fun action movie. Just kind of a turn your brain off kind of movie. So I enjoyed Fast 5 through Fast 8. Fast 9 was okay. If you look at it as a superhero movie, makes a lot more sense. So there's some fun to be had there. So I was hoping for a good Fast X movie, but who knows at this point. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of all this drama with the director and Vin Diesel? And what do you think is going to happen to this franchise in the future? And are you actually excited for Fast X? Is this a movie you want to go see? Let's have that movie discussion down below. Now to get into our third mega movie news story, and we got the director from Fantastic Four leaving that movie project. What is with all these directors leaving these big profile movies? Alright, let's read a little bit more into this. Let's take a look at a Screen Rant article here. Our headline reads, MCU's ideal Fantastic Four director replacement already made the best Fantastic Four movie. Ooh, so they already got a replacement here maybe. So with Jon Watts leaving his directing role of Fantastic Four, the search for a replacement begins with the ideal choice being a part of Disney's history. Ooh, let me read on more. The ideal candidate to direct the MCU's upcoming Fantastic Four reboot is already part of Disney's history, having already directed the best Fantastic Four movie yet. Jon Watts announced that he will be leaving the project, citing needing a break from the world of comic book movies as his reasoning. Given Watts has spent the better part of the last 7 years directing the MCU's Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy, it makes sense Watts would need a hiatus from Marvel Studios. Alright, okay, let's read a little bit more into this to see who's this mystery person to replace. Brad Bird is the main man in question. Having made Pixar's The Incredibles in 2004, Bird also went on to direct the long-awaited sequel to the film Incredibles 2, which was released in 2018. While both films were well received, The Incredibles is majoritively considered to be one of the best of Pixar's best, with the constant clamor for a sequel highlighting how beloved the film is. Ooh, okay, so we got some news here. We know Jon Watts is out. He is no longer directing this Fantastic Four movie. Now, I was initially excited when I heard the Jon Watts announcement being selected as the director because he did a great job with that Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy. I think all the movies in that trilogy are actually really good and I have a fun time with them. So I do like the way he tells a story. So I was excited to hear that name, but now we know he's out, he's gone. So now they're mentioning Brad Bird as a possible replacement. Now, of course, they're mentioning Brad Bird once again because he directed The Incredibles. Yes, he was the director that did those two great Incredible movies. Now, they were animated, of course, but they did focus on a fantastic family of sorts, right? 4 characters had superpowers. Well, I guess you throw Jack in there. You got 5 of them for the family. But it was a family of superheroes. And so that was a really interesting take on the superhero genre. In animated form, of course. But it turned out to be a great couple set of movies there. So I guess they're rumoring or speculating Brad Bird because it would make sense, right? Fantastic Family here was directed. Okay, let's have this director direct a Fantastic Four movie. To me, that's logical. Definitely makes sense. Now, my only worry is that it was an animated director. So, would that translate well to a live action setting? Possibly, but animated is quite different than live action. So, who knows if it would definitely transfer the best, but it could. And so I am intrigued by the Brad Bird name. I think that's an exciting name just because he made those 2 awesome, incredible movies. And so I would be intrigued by that. I'd be excited to see this Fantastic Four movie at that point. Now, I'm already kind of excited for this movie because we need a good Fantastic Four movie. We haven't gotten a great one yet. I think the Fantastic Four movies, for what they were okay, but nothing special. Kind of forgettable. Yeah, they had some cool components in there, but they just kind of go off the rails and just aren't the best movies you would hope for, right? I mean, Fantastic Four is a great set of characters, and they can really do something great with a project like this. So I'm hoping whatever director they do settle on, it's a good choice. They can direct a movie well, and we get an awesome Fantastic Four movie. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Jon Watts being out as the director on this one? Did that really disappoint you? And what do you think of another director stepping in? Possibility of Brad Bird. Would you be excited for that director choice? Or do you have another director you would recommend that fit perfectly for a movie like this? Let me know in the comments below. Not again to our fourth mega movie news story, and we got this brought to us from Variety. The headline reads, Disney's Ms. Marvel series to receive theatrical release in Pakistan. So let's read a little bit more onto this one. The decision to give the series a theatrical outing reflects several factors, including the show's status as the first Marvel series to star a Muslim teen superhero, as well as the omission of Pakistan in Walt Disney's rollout of direct-to-consumer streaming platform Disney Plus. Other factors include the Ed El Furter, sorry, totally probably pronounced that wrong, holidays as a cinema-going peak, and the underlying growth of the country's cinema market, where Spider-Man No Way Home recently earned some 1.75 million from just 53 venues. Miss Marvel will be available on the Disney Plus streaming service starting June 8, 2022. Ooh, that's almost here. It will debut in Pakistani cinemas on June 16, with episodes 1 and 2 combined into a feature-length presentation. Episodes 3 and 4 will be similarly merged and released in Pakistan on June 30th. Episodes 5 and 6 will release on July 14th. And so, wow, that's pretty interesting because Disney Plus shows don't go to theaters. I mean, ever. This never happens. So, this is something new for a Disney Plus show. Now, I know some people started to speculate and get excited, like, oh, does that mean they're going to release all these other Disney Plus shows into theaters around the globe? No. No, no, no. Don't get too hyped up about this one because, once again, it talked about the several factors of why they're doing this. Not every market has Disney Plus. If the market had Disney Plus, then no way they would release it into a theater because what's the point of Disney Plus? To have this exclusive content to get people to sign up to subscribe to Disney Plus, right? That's how Disney's gonna make their true money off these shows. But in this case, where there's a certain market where they don't have Disney Plus yet, well, why not put it in the movie form to get some kind of money out of that movie from that particular country? So that's why they're releasing it this way over there. It doesn't mean, oh, now in the United States, we're going to see Miss Marvel on the big screen. No, that would be counterproductive to the whole business strategy of Disney Plus. It would make no sense. It wouldn't be a benefit overall to Disney Plus in the long run. Disney Plus wants those subscribers. And so, to me, even though this is good news, right? This is exciting news because it's something different, something we haven't seen before. I don't think it's going to be a common trend once again where we're seeing these Disney Plus superhero shows going to the big screen for everyone. I don't think that's going to happen. Even though that'd be cool, honestly, I'd probably be more excited for these Disney shows to go to the big screen. I would definitely go check out Moon Knight. Wow, that would have been awesome to see on the big screen. Or WandaVision. Could you imagine just doing a marathon of WandaVision just all in one setting, having a fun day at the theater, seeing it on the big screen? Oh my goodness, that would have been a great experience. But once again, just because it's good for me, maybe other people as well, doesn't mean it's good for the company overall. Because I think about it, would I have Disney Plus if they did that? Because I don't use Disney Plus a whole lot. It really is just for the Disney Plus Marvel shows. So if they took out that and they just released it in the theaters, no, they probably wouldn't be getting my subscription money. I probably wouldn't be signed up for Disney Plus. Because why did I sign up for Disney Plus again? That original exclusive content. Because that's the only place you can get it normally. So that's why I subscribe. So once again, they would lose my subscription money. They would lose me as a customer for what? For some chump change? Not even that, because I already have a Regal subscription pass. I'd be going to see the movies basically for free, and they wouldn't be seeing much money from that. So yeah, it would make no sense for Disney to do that. But once again, in this case, for this particular set of circumstances, yeah, they can make some, decent little amount of money. Why not? I get it. So even though I think this is good news, overall, To me, it's not something for everybody to get too hyped up about, just because, like I said, I don't think this is going to be a common trend, even though it would be kind of cool, right? So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Miss Marvel getting a theatrical release over in Pakistan? And do you wish that all around the globe we would have these Marvel shows on the big screen from at least some kind of event in some kind of way? Would you be down for that? Would you go to the theater, pay good money to see it on the big screen? Or would you just kind of be like, nah, I'd still watch it at home? Let's have those discussions down below. Now to get into our fifth and final mega movie news topic, we're going to be talking about some of the reactions to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So it's time to look at these reactions to see what kind of response they give us. Yes, let's go over some of these reactions. Remember, we've been getting hyped for this movie. This is the continue that hype. Also, if you forgot to check out my mega pregame show, I will link that video in the description below. Make sure you check it out after this video, of course. But let's get a look at the CBR article here. It says, Doctor Strange 2, first reactions describe a bizarre yet brilliant film. Ooh, I like the words they're using there. So let's look at some of these Twitter reactions here. So this one is from Courtney Howard. So hashtag Doctor Strange is filled with hugely entertaining sequences, character-driven heft, and kaleidoscopic trippy visuals. Zolchi Gomez is a scene stealer, Elizabeth Olsen owns, and Benedict Cumberbatch superb. Doubles as a good entry point for the beginner's horror, as has Raimi signature. Ooh! This is great. So this is basically saying the acting from the main characters are all great. I'm happy with that. And then also it's a good entry point for beginner's horror. Wow, cool. We're getting a Marvel superhero movie, but with some horror elements in there. And this is talking about how good the visuals are. I'm just excited to see how this movie looks on the big screen. I like this response here. Let's keep looking at some more reactions. So they actually let Sam Raimi cook with Multiverse of Madness. It takes a while for Raimi to truly let loose, but when he does, you're reminded why he's still the master of comic book genre. It's campy, colorful, and full of personality, but it gets messy with MCU's ties. Okay, so kind of a mixed reaction here. It does say Raimi does a good job, which, of course, Raimi's great. Brought us the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, so I was expecting some good direction in this movie, so I'm glad they have that here. Also, once again, it's colorful, full of personality. I like those remarks, but it gets messy with its MCU ties. Now, that kind of gets me a little worried, because I want these MCU films to flow together properly, and if it gets kind of messy, that could hurt the story overall. But that's more of a mixed response, but overall, it did have some positive to it, so still a pretty good reaction. Let's look at another one here. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a full-on spectacle. Ooh, all caps, all right. Sam Raimi weaves an exhilarating story, creating a visual experience like no other. Once again, talking about those visuals. Benedict elevates Strange to another level, and Elizabeth Olsen delivers a powerful performance that's truly horrifying. Hashtag Scarlet Witch. So once again, mentioning the actors here, that's great. Good performances, I like that. And also, it's an exhilarating story and a visual experience like no other. Once again, mentioning those visuals, that gets me really hyped up because, yes, visually, the trailers have shown it looks really awesome. But to hear, yeah, the movie does pay off on that, that's what gets me most excited, because that's what you want from a Doctor Strange movie. Some amazing visuals you can see like no other, because now we're using magic in the multiverse. I mean, ooh, so excited for this. Let's look at just one more and I'll give my kind of final general thoughts on it. Well, Marvel fans finally got their horror movie. Hashtag Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a dark and wildly imaginative creation from the twisted and brilliant mind of Sam Raimi. Dug the hell out of it. Study up on your comic book knowledge. Superhero fans will lose their faces. My face? Where'd it go? Once again, mentioning it's like a horror movie, but it's a superhero movie. It's very creative. It's brilliant. Sam Raimi doing a good job here. Now, it says study up on your comic book knowledge. I'm guessing that has to deal with the Illuminati, which I did not know too much about, but one of my subscribers did give me a little bit more background knowledge on that. So it does get me excited to see how they're incorporating a lot of this comic book information in here. But no matter what, I think this movie is going to be awesome, at least from a visual standpoint. Some good characters in here, some awesome performances, because that's what all these reactions are saying here. So they're pointing out a lot of positives, very few negatives in there. Maybe some saying it's a little messy here and there, but overall, I think this movie is just going to be so great. So I'm really hyped up for this movie. So, kind of my final thoughts here that I'm hoping to really see out of this movie. I'm hoping, just like all these others are saying, great direction by Sam Raimi, awesome looking visuals that are just going to kind of blow our mind. I'm so excited to see just how this movie looks, because that was the best part of Doctor Strange 1, just visually how some scenes looked. And also you got good performances from the main actors here. That is so crucial for a movie like this. So I'm happy to see good positive remarks on all of that. So I'm really hyped up for this movie. Let me know in the comments below. Once again, what's your hype level for this movie? It's almost here for the general audience for us to all view and enjoy. And what parts are you most looking forward to in this movie? Let's have that mega movie discussion down below. So that will do it for another Mega Movie News Roundup. This was episode 20. Yes, we got to 20 Mega Movie News episodes. If you have missed any of them, I will link a couple of the recent ones in the description below. Also, if you're just discovering the channel for the first time, subscribe right now so I can keep rounding up all this good movie news every week for you, getting you all those exclusive movie reviews, rankings, movie hauls, unboxings, you name it. This is your one-stop personal shop for all things movie entertainment. I don't want you to miss any of that value, so turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a mega video.
But there has to be another way.
There isn't.
And like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.